Okay, so welcome back to my YouTube channel, that is Sober Chemistry Classes. Today we are going to start the formation of covalent compound. Okay, so and chapter number is third. This is of 10th class chemistry, and name of this chapter is metals and non-metals. Clear? So now formation of covalent compound. So what is the definition of covalent compound and how we can form the covalent compound? We will discuss in this lecture. Clear? So what do you mean by covalent compounds? When non-metals reacts with non-metal, then they form covalent compound. When non-metals and non-metal they are reacts to each other, then they form covalent compound. In other words, we can say that the compounds which are formed by sharing of electrons, that is called covalent compound. We know that the non-metals have a tendency to gain of electrons, and this non-metal also have a tendency to gain the electrons. So this non-metal cannot give the electron to this non-metal. So they share the electrons and form a compound that is called covalent compounds. Clear? So let's take an example. For instance, we take H2 molecule. H2 molecule. Clear? So in this, how we can form H2 molecule, hydrogen gas molecule? There are two hydrogen atoms are present in one molecule of hydrogen. So write two atoms of hydrogen and write the electron dot structure of hydrogen element. In our last lecture, I already defined the definition of electron dot structure. How we can form the electron dot structure? So firstly, write the symbol of the element which are given in the compound or molecule, and second step is that write the valence electron in the form of dot. Then we can draw the electron dot structure. So in this compound we have H2 molecule. So this H2 molecule contain two atoms of hydrogen. So we have to draw the electron dot structure of hydrogen. So we know that the atomic number of hydrogen is 1 and its electronic configuration is also 1. One electron is present in the K shell of the hydrogen atom. So what should be the electron dot structure of hydrogen? So first step is that write the symbol of the element. Clear? So what is the symbol of hydrogen element? So that is H. So we write the symbol of hydrogen element and write the valence electrons present in this atom in the form of dot. So we observe that there is only one electron present in the valence shell. So write this one electron in the form of dot. We can put one electron in the form of dot anywhere around the symbol of the hydrogen. So this is the electron dot structure of hydrogen. So we form the electron dot structure of hydrogen. Now this hydrogen contain only one electron, while this hydrogen contain also one electron. So this hydrogen wants to be stable. How can it stable? Because hydrogen contain one electron, it requires one another electron from their neighboring element to complete their stability. So hydrogen gain one electron from another to complete their stability. But in this case, this hydrogen does not give the electron to this hydrogen because this hydrogen atom also wants to be stable. So what should they do? So after this hydrogen share the electron from this element hydrogen, and this hydrogen also share the electron from this hydrogen, and they acquire their stability. So this hydrogen contain one electron and it share one electron from its neighboring element. When it share one electron, then this hydrogen contain two electron, that is stable electronic configuration, and it complete their duplet role. इसने क्या किया? Duplet role. Duplet role. Okay. So what do you mean by duplet role? In this role say that an atom contain only two electrons present in the first cell. That means first cell, K cell, should be contain only two electron, and after L cell should be empty, should be contain zero electron. If an atom do this type of activity, then that atom is stable and that atom complete their duplet role. So in case of hydrogen, it complete their duplet role. So hydrogen share one electron from its neighboring element and it stable. Now in case of this hydrogen atom, so this hydrogen atom also share the electron, they mutual share the electrons. So when this hydrogen atom share the electrons from the neighboring element of hydrogen, then it also form in the stable. So here two electrons are present. These two electrons are present in common. These two electrons are shared by these two hydrogen atoms and they form a bond. They form a bond and they form a single bond. This is single and the bond name is covalent bond. What is the name of this bond? That is covalent bond. Basically, covalent bonds are of three types. These bonds are of three types. First is single covalent bond. Second is double covalent bond. And third one is triple covalent bond. So here three types of covalent bonds are present: single covalent bond, double covalent bond and triple covalent bond. In case of single covalent bond, there are two electrons are required to form a single covalent bond. ठीक है? In case of double, for example AB, they form a single covalent bond. So this bond is formed by the mutual sharing of two electrons. One electrons from A and another electrons one from B, and they form a single bond. So that means we can say that one single bond contains two electrons. In case of double covalent bond, so how many number of electrons are present in double covalent bond? So AB single bond and this is double bond. One single bond contains two electrons and two double bond means how many number of electrons are present in this double bond? So there are four electrons. Two electrons of single and two electrons of next single bond. So there are four electrons. So what should be the electronic? So this double covalent bond is formed by the four electrons sharing of these four electrons. Clear? And in case of triple bond is formed by one single bond, that is double bond, and triple bond. When six electrons are present in between the A and B element, that they form triple bond. So this is the type of covalent bond: single covalent bond, double covalent bond and a triple covalent bond. Clear? So we are here H H. So H2 molecule contains single bond. H2 molecule contains single bond because there are two electrons present between the H2 molecule. So H2 molecule forms single covalent bond, and this is the formation of H2 molecule, that is covalent compound, and this is covalent bond. So what is the definition of covalent bond? The bond which is formed by sharing of electrons, that is called covalent bond, and the compounds which are formed by sharing of electrons, mutual sharing of electrons, that is called covalent compounds. Clear? We have discussed about the ionic compounds also in our previous video. So ionic compounds are formed by the transfer of electrons, while covalent compounds are formed by sharing of electrons. So let's take another example. H2 molecule is the covalent compound. Okay, let's take another example, that is N2. N2, that is the formula of nitrogen gas. So N2, two atoms of nitrogen are present. Okay? So firstly we have to calculate the electronic configuration of nitrogen. So what is the atomic number of nitrogen? So nitrogen, atomic number of nitrogen is 7, and electronic configuration. What is the definition of electronic configuration? Electronic configuration in which the distribution of electrons are present in the various shell of the electrons of the atom, that is called electronic configuration. In this electronic configuration, we distribute the electrons in the various shell of the atom, that is called electronic configuration. So the atomic number of nitrogen is 7. So here 7 electrons are present in the nitrogen atom. So we have to distribute these 7 electrons in the various shell of the atom, that is nitrogen atom. So what should be the electronic configuration? So first cell, that is K cell, second cell L cell, M, and so on. So we have 7 electrons. So first, how many number of electrons are present in first cell? So there are maximum 2 electrons present in first cell. So we have now 7 electrons. So we can easily give the 2 electrons to the first cell. So first cell contain 2 electrons. Second cell contain maximum number of 8 electrons. But right now we don't have 8 electrons. We have only 5 electrons. So we have to distribute these 5 electrons in the second cell, that is L cell. So put 5 electrons in the L cell. So this is the electronic configuration of nitrogen. 5 electrons are present in the valence shell of the nitrogen. So we can easily draw the electron door structure of nitrogen. Yes. So first step to represent the electron door structure of any element, that is write the symbol of the element. So what is the symbol of element? Nitrogen. Second is that calculate the valence electrons in that atom. So there are 5 electrons present in nitrogen. So put these 5 electrons in the form of pair if possible. So we have 5 electrons, so we can make 2 pair, 2, 4 and 5. It depends on you where you want to put this electron in the form of dot. So by showing this electronic configuration of nitrogen, we can identify that this nitrogen atom requires 3 electrons to complete their stability and to complete their octet role. Octet role. What do you mean by octet role? Octet rule means, oct means 8. This rule says that atom contain maximum 8 electrons in the last cell. valence shell should be contain 8 electrons. If an atom acquire 8 electrons in the last cell, that atom becomes stable. This is the octet rule. So nitrogen, in case of nitrogen, so there are only 5 electrons present in the valence shell of the nitrogen. So it's not complete their octet. So to complete their octet, it requires 3 electrons more. Okay? So nitrogen gain or share 3 electrons from its neighboring element and it complete their stability. So write N2. 2 nitrogen atoms are present. 2 nitrogen atoms are present. Okay. So write the symbol of these 2 nitrogen atoms in front of, okay, and put the electrons in the form of dot, and we know that 3 electrons are required for sharing. So put 3 electrons here and remaining 2 electrons you can put anywhere. Same here in case of this nitrogen atom, put these 3 electrons in front of it and 2 electrons are we can put anywhere. So this nitrogen contain 5 electrons. So it share 3 electrons from its neighboring element. So when nitrogen share 3 electrons, while drawing by making circle sharing electrons, so keep in your mind that we have to share 3 electrons. So this line should be contain 8 electrons. This circle should be contain 8 electrons. Most of the students makes mistake in this formation. Okay, so you should have careful about that. This circle contain 8 electrons. Now when it, in this case this nitrogen atom contain 5 electrons, so it also share 3 electrons from its neighboring element. And now second circle you can see that there are 8 electrons present in this circle. So how many number of common electrons are present in N2? So these are the common electrons. These are the common electrons which are participating in the bonding, and these are the electrons which are not participating in the bonding. So here two types of electrons are present in this molecule. One is the electrons which are participate in the bonding, and second one is the electrons which are not participate in the bonding. Clear? The electrons which participate in the bonding, that is called bond pair of electron. That is called bond pair of electrons. And the electrons which are not participating in the bonding, that electrons are called lone pair. Lone pair of electrons. So how many number of bond pair of electrons are present in N2? So there are 3 pair of electrons are present in N2 and 2 lone pair of electrons are present in N2 which are not participate in the bonding. These are the lone pair and these are the bond pair. So can you imagine that how many covalent bond are formed in nitrogen? So 1 bond, 2 bond and 3 bond. Next step is that nitrogen form 3 covalent bond and it last is N2. So here triple covalent bonds are present in N2 and this is the formation of N2 molecule, nitrogen molecule. And this is called covalent compound. So this is the simple formation of covalent compound. Let's take another one more example of complex compound. This question is mostly asked in your exam, so you have to prepare this topic, formation of covalent compound as well as ionic compound. So one more example we can take like CH4. CH4 and the name of this compound is methane. The name of this compound is methane. So as you can see, one carbon atom and four hydrogen atoms are present in the one molecule of methane. So we have to know the atomic number of carbon and hydrogen as well as electronic configuration. So carbon contains 6 electron, it has 6 atomic number, so it contains 6 electron, and electronic configuration of carbon is 2,4. Electronic configuration of carbon is 2,4. ठीक है, so carbon required 4 electron to complete their stability, to complete their octet role, and it can share these 4 electrons with its neighboring element, that is hydrogen. So write the center atom. In CH4, carbon is the center atom. So carbon and 4 hydrogen. Always make the symmetrical structure. Try to make the symmetrical structure while you are forming the covalent compound. So carbon, we know that this hydrogen contain 1 electron, and this hydrogen electron share 1 electron from this carbon atom. So put 1 electron in front of this hydrogen atom. Same. Okay. So hydrogen atom share 1 electron from this carbon, and it contains 2 electrons in this circle. So that means hydrogen atom is stable. In case of this hydrogen atom also share the 1 electron from the carbon atom and complete their stability. So 4 hydrogen atoms are present here, and these 4 hydrogen atoms acquires their stability by sharing 1 electrons from carbon atom. Now it's when carbon give the electron, carbon share the electron to hydrogen. So now carbon also share 1 electrons from hydrogen atom. Make sure this circle of carbon contain 8 electrons. If there are no 8 electrons present, that means you are on mistaken. Okay, so keep in your mind that while writing the circle, by writing the sharing of the electrons, so there are 8 electrons present in the element in except hydrogen. Okay, then what should be the next step? So here 1 electron form the single bond, single covalent bond. This 1 electron of carbon and another 1 electron is of hydrogen, then they form single covalent bond and same. So CH4. So here there are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 covalent bonds are present in CH4 molecule. So this is the formation of covalent compound CH4. Okay. So question is that how many number of covalent bonds are present in CH4? So there are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 covalent bonds are present in CH4. So this is the formation of covalent compounds. And at the end of this lecture, now how we can identify that this compound is covalent or this one is ionic? So we can easily identify that. Let's take to example. MgO, CaO, CO2, NO2. Okay. So can you identify that how many of these compounds are covalent and ionic? So first, if the compound contain one element is metal and another element is non-metal, that is ionic compound. So in this example we can see that one magnesium and oxygen atom is present. So this is the formation, this is the type of ionic compound. Ionic compounds are formed by the metals and non-metals. So in this compound also contain one element metal while another is non-metal. So this is also the type of ionic compound. In case of CO2, SO2, both elements are non-metal. So this is the type of covalent compound. Hopefully you got it my lecture. Okay, if you have any doubt regarding this topic, then you can comment. Thank you. Have a nice day.